runners of the Richies. Number 10 is Zanna here. Not the most natural jumper, but in an open race has been supported this morning. Jack Kennedy for Gordon Elliott. And number 11 is Jamaica, one of the big priced outsiders. Jack Tudor, first start for David Piper, who purchased for more than 300,000 out of France. 11 runners all stand their ground for our first race of the day, the Turners Novice Chase.
Well, welcome to day 3 here in the paddock. It's a little bit breezy, but the rain has stayed away. And we're getting underway with some lovely novices. Here's number 10 for you. This is Zanna here. And he's running 13 grade 1s, this lad. Highly tried, hasn't managed to win one yet, though. Gordon Elliott has had a really frustrating meeting so far. So many hitting the crossbar. He's been third in a champion hurdle. Here's number 11, Jamaica. You know, David Pipe, it really surprised me today when I saw David Pipe. Now, I don't want to be rude to him. Has had 15 festival winners. This is a big ask of this lad. He's come over from France. This is the first time we've had a chance to see him, but you can see why he had the £310,000 price tag. He's a beautiful individual. It's very, very tough to do this. I'm not sure that any horse has ever won on its debut in the UK, having come over from France, but wow. On a nail, and that's meant we haven't managed to see him for over 120 days. He's a big hope. He won here last year in the Martin Pipe, and he was so impressive on his one start over fences. But you'd have to say lacking experience. But well done to the team for getting him here. Number 5, Grey Dawning. What a day for the Skeltons yesterday with those 2 winners. This is their chance here today. He's got such solid form. He's so straightforward. Most of the horses around him have been running in the grade 1s and gone well. And we know the Skeltons are in great form. Right, come on, Ginny's Destiny. Paul Nicholls yesterday didn't have a happy day. But this lad is a big, solid type, isn't he? You can see they've been waiting to get him over fences. He loves it round here, which is a plus. He's got a lovely, big, deep girth. He's on the go, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. DeGello. Expect to see this horse on the pace. If you're with us a lot, you'll know that Venetia Williams doesn't really clip her horses out because she has them in a very natural way, has them out in the field. That's why they're always a bit fluffy. He's actually getting quite warm here, DeGello. He's very classy though. Cara Redburn's done a good job turning him out. Expect to see him up there on the pace. Let's drop back here and have a look at number 8. This is Let's Be Clear About It, Tara Finnegan leading up. 4th in last year's Albert Bartlett. Gavin Cromwell, another one who's come here with a big team. And he's got Keith Donoghue, who's managed 4 festival winners, but all around the cross country. And this is Willie Mullins' runner. This is Facile Vega. Everybody says that he's working the house down. I was the biggest fan of Corvega, 6 times winner here at the festival. He's won 4 grade 1s. And yeah, he's little and light framed, isn't he? But he's a horse that's always had a huge reputation because of his mum.
Oh, the Cheltenham Festival betting ring is simply magical. It's a real hive of atmosphere, a hive of anticipation. These lads here, what's going to win the first?
Facile Vega. Facile Vega. Facile Vega. Facile Vega. Grey Dawning.
Oh, no difference of opinion.
Sonny here.
Facile all the way.
Facile all the way, Lars. There seems to be confidence here about Facile Vega, but it's not reflected thus far in the betting ring and also on the exchanges. 5-2 Facile Vega from Bottle 2 to 1 and 9 to 4. Grey Dawning 5-2. Ginny's Destiny 5-1. Although, Lars, if you move right to Sid Hooper, you can get a half a point longer on Ginny's Destiny at 11-2. There is confidence coming on a Rocco at 6-1 from 7-1, and Zanna here was a score into 10-1. Now, let's be clear about it. Was as big as 28-1 last night. He's now only 12s.
Well, Paul Nicholls has got Ginny's Destiny in an opening race, and Paul, the first thing I want to ask you about, your runners so far at the meeting, would it be fair to say they're excuses for some of the performances?
It's not all that easy. Up until Monday, they all should have been flying. First one on a Monday got the top part of the hurdle between his front legs and he had to pull him up. The 2 bumper horses.
Where are the emergency exits, AP? My time. 1-3 Ryanair's got a free time.
Something free on Michael O'Leary?
No, that's actually an exaggeration. Yeah. Sounds good though.
I didn't believe you either. Right, let's talk about the first race, Ruby. It feels like Ginny's Destiny
And Grey Dawning. Ginny's Destiny is definitely the better jumper than Grey Dawning. You see them here at the first fence in Cheltenham when they met way back in December, and how much ground Genie's Destiny put between himself and Grey Dawning at the first. Now he did warm up then, Grey Dawning, first fence away from the stands. Genie's Destiny's very sure what he's doing. Grey Dawning didn't lose so much there, but at this trip Harry Skelton had to ask him a lot of questions very early. The water jump, he had to squeeze him when he just got there. The next fence was the ditch. Again, Harry has to wind him up and ask him. That's 2 big questions. And at the next fence again, 3 fences in a row, he had to sit in and send him to keep up with Genie's Destiny. That's 3. And when he got to the top of the hill, he asked him a 4th question. Squeeze him again to keep up with Genie's Destiny at this trip. But when he got to the second last, he'd asked a lot of questions, and this time there was no answer, and he steps into the middle of it. That happens. Now, Dan Skelton had a decision to make. Did he go 3 miles with this horse or stay at this distance? He's chosen this distance to avoid fact to file yesterday. He does run down Genie's Destiny on the way to the line, but jumping will be crucial. You can only ask a horse so many questions before they say no.
And talking about the trip, Ruby, Facile Vega, great Cheltenham form. Up in trip could be crucial here, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could be crucial, Ed. You see what Willie Mullins did with Gaelic Warrior, how he turned him around from the Dublin Racing Festival. Facile Vega's been getting a lot of work at home, and I don't think he's ever going to be better than he is today, so it's D-Day for him.
And currently joint favourite still as the horses make their way to the start. ITV7 about to kick off, get their entry in. £300,000 to be won. Be quick, as you can see the horses are nearly there where they will meet Mick Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Ed. Yeah, they're arriving, streaming down here. Iroko we can see in the distance. Grey Dawning looks very relaxed, and already jockeys hang themselves onto the back of Genie's Destiny. I think there's no doubt about it. I think Harry Cobden is the one they want to drive the train. I'm just looking at Facile Vega coming towards me here. He's heading straight to us. I wonder if Paul Townend will let him have a look. He very often does. Here he comes. You can just see, if you look at his ears, you'll see those ear plugs in there. And there's a little thing, I'm not sure if Paul's going to pull them out or not, or leave them in. But it's just got a little bit warm. It's not that warm down here, and we're feeling spots of rain.
Well, that horse there, Facile Vega, is fascinating on the exchanges because he's proven to be pretty weak at the moment, and Grey Dawning is the clear favourite on the exchanges, 3.7. Facile Vega is 4.0, 3 to 1. But Grey Dawning is the clear favourite on the exchanges. Iroko coming in for some support as well.
Yeah, Mick was just wondering there about the earplugs in Facile Vega. When Willie Mullins puts them in, they stay in. So any horse with them in, when they go to the start, they always stay in. Mick was wondering would they come out or not. They never do.
Yes, horses at the start for the Turners. Joint favourites down here with the right monies each way. Iroko 7 to 1 into 11 to 2. Iroko.
AP, lots of confidence behind Iroko, who we thought we'd lost for the season after Warwick.
Yeah, he won the Martin Pipe last year, Ed. He was pretty impressive in his chase debut at Warwick. It was a long time ago. He lacks a bit of experience, but he's a horse with loads of potential.
Who do you fancy, Luke?
I think Here's got an excellent chance, to be honest. He was high class over hurdles. He's taken well to jump fence. The only time he's beaten was by factor file. But like AP, I was really impressed with Iroko at Warwick. Whether he was on a long stride or a short stride, he just seemed to, he gets it, but he is very inexperienced.
He's in the green and gold, the white cap at the front there. On his right is Jello in Pete Davis's colours, and then Professor Caroline Tisdale and Jamaico making his great British debut near side number 11. Meg, how do you see it?
I do think this is probably the most open novice chase of the week, which is obviously very exciting, but I'm going to stay with Genie's Destiny. He looks really well. He jumps exceptionally. I'm hoping I haven't jinxed him, but he's been so good around here, and course form at Cheltenham, very important.
I think Luke said something similar about El Fabiolo just before the champion chase.
Move on, Ed, move on. That's what you do in racing. Look forward.
Yeah,
they are moving
I
forward.
was like Meg, I loved Genie's Destiny, what I saw. He was a brilliant jumper, but you'd need a bang in your head to fancy them the way the horses ran yesterday, but maybe the form is temporary.
Statistically, when you look at the betting there, this could be Britain's best chance of Grade 1 glory this week. Each way support for Zanahir just ahead of the off. Richard.
Yeah, Zanahir has been the best backed all morning at the bigger prices. They start just the other side of the first of the 3 fences down the side. They're jumped in our next 2 chases, which are 2 miles 4.5 furlongs. This 2 miles 4. Crowd beginning to gather their voice to send them away. Gradually walking forward. Sun was out a moment or two ago. Now we've got a squally little shower just drifting across. Flag is raised here. Gradually approaching. Ginny's Destiny towards the head of affairs. Gathered together, who's in the red and blue colours. The light blue of Let's Be Clear About It has just a couple behind, and they are Colonel Harry, and last of all is Sharjah. So out in the lead, Ginny's Destiny has now got the advantage. The customary front-running tactics under Harry Cobden, leading by 3/4 of a length from Jello in second. Jamaico is 3 wide. The horse in the green jacket, Grey Dawning going up the inside, and Zana here between that pair. Iroka comes next from the Patron Facile Vega. Let's Be Clear About It, Colonel Harry, and last of all is Sharjah. Ginny's Destiny over the first in the home straight. Continues to set a reasonable gallop here, just being allowed to stretch on with Grey Dawning and Jello in second and third. Jamaico and Zana here are the next two as they arrive at the second of the 4 up the home straight. Iroko next, Facile Vega just hanging in the air slightly. At that, lost a link to Le Patron. Behind these, Let's Be Clear About It, and the back 2 remain Sharjah and Colonel Harry. So Ginny's Destiny back onto the round course, has the advantage by just over a length from Jello and Grey Dawning towards the inner, as they all take that. A mistake by Jamaico on the outside of Zana here. Zana here moves alongside now with Iroko next in the McManus hoops and the white sheepskin noseband. Le Patron likewise with Facile Vega, who has just ridden into that. And he does tend to sky his fences slightly. Let's Be Clear About It comes next with Sharjah and Colonel Harry as the crowd send them on their way for the final circuit. Ginny's Destiny it is, who is out in the lead. From in second, Jello, Grey Dawning, travelling comfortably in third on the inside. Zana here and Jamaico are next as they make the turn. This is where there's no fence on the new course compared to moves through into fifth past Iroko, who's lost a couple of positions. Let's Be Clear About It's trying to make some ground from the back. 4 lengths back to Colonel Harry. Sharjah still towards the rear as Ginny's Destiny led them over the 4th last. Ginny's Destiny, Jello and Grey Dawning. 3 lengths back to Zana here and then Facile Vega. Let's Be Clear About It, and behind those Iroko as now battle is joined on the run down towards the 3rd last with Grey Dawning poking that head between Ginny's Destiny and Jello. Back in 4th place is Zana here, 5 lengths back and got into the bottom of it. Facile Vega, a mistake by Iroko as Ginny's Destiny and Grey Dawning, the old adversaries, have left Jello behind on the run to the 2nd last. Facile Vega still with work to do. Likewise Zana here as Ginny's Destiny and Grey Dawning, a UK 1-2 on the run towards the 2nd last. Ginny's Destiny from Grey Dawning in 2nd. Back in 3rd, Jello, Zana here and Facile Vega with too much to do to get on terms. Grey Dawning at the 2nd last alongside Ginny's Destiny. Jello back in 3rd from Zana here and Facile Vega. It's Grey Dawning who's moved through to the lead. From in 2nd place, Ginny's Destiny. Jello in 3rd, the final fence, and Grey Dawning is to the other side. It's 2 lengths clear, just beginning to idle. Ginny's Destiny not lying down as Grey Dawning is still only a length clear. Ginny's Destiny trying to close. Grey Dawning drifting about in front, and Ginny's Destiny is all out, but Grey Dawning will continue. The great week for the Skeltons. A Grade 1 chase victory in the Turners. Grey Dawning beat Ginny's Destiny and Jello. Zana here, Iroko, Colonel Harry, Facile Vega. Behind those in 4th place, Let's Be Clear About It. And then Sharjah, a couple that were pulled up. Le Patron was one of those, and he's coming back in his own time with Jamaico. Grey Dawning beats Ginny's Destiny. Dan Skelton beats Paul Nicholls with Venetia Williams in 3rd. So a 1-2-3 for the domestic trainers. And the key lines of form here from earlier in the season. Grey Dawning on that occasion made a bad mistake at the 2nd last. Plenty thought he would have won that day but for that. And today he got the revenge on Ginny's Destiny.
Grade 1, Great Britain. 1, 2. Wait for it, wait for it. 3! What a sight. Dashing grey like that, AP, jumping like that.
And amazing. Who said there was problems with British Jump Racing? Look, brilliant for the Skeltons as their 3rd winner of the week. You know, the horses up the front end seem to get to dictate it. Ginny's Destiny, Jello, and obviously this horse just followed him in behind. We all thought that he was a bit lucky to win, or not to win here in November, but he's got his revenge in Ginny's Destiny today, and this is the biggest day.
Oh, he's a gorgeous horse, this. Matthew Blackmore led him up, Alice. Oh, what a thrill that must be for Harry.
Yeah. Grade 1. Number 3 on the board for the Skeltons.
magic, Alice. Jesus. Thank you, Cheltenham. Thank you very much. These people make it special. It's unbelievable, this place. He was great today. Dan got the right race. There was a long discussion about it. But we just thought on the ground and that galloping track had suited him down to a T, and everything went just perfect. Followed Harry Cobden. I thought, when I swing the top of the hill, get up sides him. Absolutely ping down over the last two. He's very good. He's a very good horse and absolutely brilliant. Robert Kirtland, who owns him, has been a great supporter, and he deserves a real good horse like this.
A beautiful dashing grey.
He's brilliant. And do you know what? He's so unassuming. I promise you, you wouldn't believe it. He doesn't know how good he is, but hopefully he's a bit special.
Well, we all know how good he is, and you know how good he is.
I'm speechless, absolutely speechless. Probably best moment of my life. Unbelievable, like, just dream, absolute dream. He was unbelievable.
And Matty, a lot of cleaning's gone on here. Well done, he looked immaculate.
Thank you so much, yeah. He's brilliant, and what a ride.
Well done.
What a ride. This is what these guys do it for. Matty's been with us now 4 years, mate. Yeah. He absolutely lives for this horse. And Tom Messenger, our assistant, they've been with him through day one, and it's what guys like this dream of. We all dream to be here.
You are going to get some cheer. Go and enjoy.
Thank you.
Oh, in Dan Skelton, Great Britain Trust. Robert Kirtland, the winning owner here. Robert, wow, Grey Dawning, what a beautiful horse.
I'm speechless. What an outstanding horse. He just does it, and Dan's done a great job with him. I'm really pleased, thank you.
This place was very special for a grey once upon a time, Desert Orchid, and he won a Gold Cup. You will dream of a Gold Cup with this boy, won't you?
Well, I hope so. I mean, he's got the ability, he's got the stamina, he likes to go like it is now, so we hope for the future, yes. Yes.
The march has started. Dan Skelton is here. Dan, 2 yesterday, 1 today, 2 coming up. La Milos Protectorate, it's begun.
Apparently it's called the Chapman Treble, I heard this morning.
Well, we're fingers crossed. They let me down, but this boy, he is a beautiful horse to watch, isn't he?
He is. He's, he's hopefully he's got a big long career at it, and being that colour, you never know, he might get a following, and it's great to have such a horse and put a performance like that was fabulous. Thought Harry was great on him. That was plan A, and sometimes when you're on a horse that's that good, you only need plan A. Obviously the jockey's got to go up there with a plan B up his sleeve in case, but that was very much plan A, and I'm delighted for everyone.
It's the Irish's day, believably so, but the Irish have not counted on you, have they? Just showing them that rule Britannia. We ruled the waves, and we're ruling now.
Well, seven races today, Matt. We're only 1 down, so okay. I wouldn't poke the bear.
Okay, I can't get overexcited. Well done.
All right.
In the colours of Robert Kirtland. Grey Dawning wins the Turners Novices Chase, the 5-2 joint favourite. Ginny's Destiny, huge race for Paul Nicholls and the team. They were thrilled with that, though he doesn't like coming second, 11-2. And Jello has run a brilliant race again for Venetia Williams at 25-1. He did not miss a beat jumping, AP.
No, he didn't. Look at the front three with the front three all the way. They seemed to dictate the race the way they wanted it. And the one thing you knew that Genie's Destiny was going to do was jump all the way, getting a bit tight to the second last, and it just gave Grey Dawning the edge to go and take it. And he's a horse that stays really well.
But on race IQ, Grey Dawning gained over a length on your father's horse, Ginny's Destiny, over those last 2, Meg. Decisive.
Yeah, well, he idled a little bit up the straight, but I think if Ginny's Destiny was good enough, he had every chance. I don't think any real excuses. And Luke, I suppose Harry Skelton had the perfect pitch. He got a beautiful strip line in between the leaders the whole way round, and it opened up perfectly for them.
2 very brave horses. I was a little bit worried there.
Apprentice through gritted teeth, Meg.
Yeah, I mean, Dan just said don't poke the bear, but I think he's poked a pretty grisly one himself there.
More chances to come. And this is a real team with the Skeltons. Tom Messenger on the right there. I'm sure Dad Nick is here. Bridget will be watching too. The atmosphere feels different today, AP. Is this open race? Is the crowd a bang up for it?
Yeah. And there's an English horse has won now. That's probably what started all.
British horse, AP.
British horse. Yeah, British horse won. Look, you'd imagine that Harry was very happy throughout the race. He was in a good position, and when he got beat here earlier on in the year, when he made a mistake at the second last, I suppose he always wanted to be close enough on a horse that he knew that was going to stay really well, and that worked out to a T.
I just love this horse. He is the most gorgeous grey I hope you like him at home.
Everyone loves a grey.
Everyone loves a grey.
Everyone loves a grey.
And I reckon
Grey.
this could be the biggest roar of the week so far. As the Skeltons make it Ireland 10, the Skeltons 3.